everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Kiana and I do a lot of sewing and fashion videos, and today we are going to be making the Maleficent and Sleeping Beauty costumes that I've been putting all over YouTube Shorts. So by now you've probably at least seen maybe one of those videos. If you're a new subscriber, that's probably how you found me, so welcome. This video is basically just going to be more of an in-depth version of those videos. I'm going to show you other things too I haven't shown you in those videos. So for example, more of the pattern making process, more of the prototyping process, the final pattern making process, some accessories I bought to go with the outfits, all of that jazz. So if you felt like those videos were too fast paced and you didn't get enough information, this is for you. Also though, if you would like an in-depth sewing tutorial and a pattern for the dresses I'm going to be making in this video, I have a pattern for that. It's linked down below, and I will put the video tutorial as a card on top of the screen and link down below. But before we go any further, I do want to thank Walmart for sponsoring today's video. You guys know I love Walmart. I have sewing machines from Walmart, sewing supplies from Walmart. Oh, also if you want to ever check out the sewing machine I use in literally all of my videos, I have it linked down below. You can get that at Walmart. The one I'm using in this video, you can get it at Walmart. I also love Walmart fashion, and that is what I want to focus on today. I want to show you guys some affordable fall pieces from Walmart. And if you're Walmart, you know, you don't have to spend a fortune on clothes to look very stylish. So I have 5 fall dresses here that I want to show you guys and try on for you. They're so cute. I can't wait to show you. Okay, here's dress number 1. She's this really cute pleather fabric. I really love this pleather. It's literally like the exact same pleather that I use when I'm sewing. Workplace chic, but also edgy vibes, you know? Like, I could go into the office like this. I could go out to dinner like this. I could run to the mall like this. Also, she'd be really cute too if she was shorter. Okay, I don't need to make an alteration. It's cute. I don't need to make an alteration to every single piece of clothing I buy. Kiana, stop. This dress is freaking gorgeous. Literally, look at the pattern. She's swirly, she's trendy, she's cute. It's so soft. It's not itchy. You know, sometimes they're itchy and I'm panicking and I don't like that, but this is soft. Slits, yes ma'am. I'm snatched. I'm sad that I have to go try on the other ones now for the video because I want to go out to lunch currently like this, but unfortunately we gotta work. Okay, next dress. What do we think? Again, the faux leather. Look at this fabric. Little pleated skirt action. At first I was like, maybe I should pair some black booties with this, but then I was like, cowgirl boots. Let me try, see if I can remember how to do the cowboy shuffle. I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I'm sorry. Next dress, we got this cute little mini dress, but I feel like this is very fall appropriate because long sleeves, you know, it's like transitional outfits, not too hot, not too cold. You can wear it with higher boots and then be a little bit warm. So this is how I styled it. The chiffon on the sleeves has this like crinkle texture that feels very luxe. Very stylish, very fall fashion, but also I feel like very back to school. I'm thinking back to school because I live near a high school and I see like high school kids walk by my apartment every day and I'm just like, good times, back to school outfits. Okay, I'm sorry, but tell me this dress is not giving, I would wear this to New York Fashion Week. Tell me that this would not be appropriate for New York Fashion Week because it freaking would. Walmart? Okay, I see you. My favorite part of this is look at this beautiful peplum. It gives so much volume at the hips. Literally. This is probably my favorite dress because also with the way I've styled it, the all black everything, it's giving. It's slay. Are you kidding? If I saw someone wearing this at New York Fashion Week, I would be like, oh my god, outfit, slay. Where did you get that dress? Slay. What? Anyways, if you guys like any of these dresses, which like I assume you probably will because they're super cute, you can shop them with the link down below. It's the first link. I'm actually gonna keep this dress on now and wear it for the next portion of the video because it's so cute. Anyways, I want to thank Walmart so much again for sponsoring this video. Now, let's get into making the costume. Okay, so now let's work on the pattern. I've rushed you guys over to my computer because I use Illustrator to do all my patterns. I know you can't see it right now, but we're going to zoom in a second. It's kind of the product of both draping and flat pattern making, even though I didn't do any draping this time, because I'm combining 2 patterns that I've already made, my long corset and my V-waist mini skirt, which I did drape the long corset. I don't know if I'm making sense, but basically what I'm trying to say is I used those patterns that I already made and kind of combined them to make one dress. But it's not that simple. Plus, I didn't just combine them. I changed a bunch of the style lines to be more hourglass. And you know what? Let me just show you, okay? So here is the finalized pattern without seam allowance for my size. Let me show you how we got there. Okay, so basically what I did is I took my long corset pattern and I took my V-waist skirt pattern and I kind of put them together. The back was kind of easy because for the back skirt I just had 2 panels, and for the back top I had 2 panels, so I kind of put them together. And here you can see, especially with this one, how I just kind of smoothed it out. But the front was a little bit more challenging because, as you can see, we got 2 front skirt panels and 3 top panels, so I had to kind of divide. What was most important is that I kept kind of the side seam area the same and the measurements around the hip, bust, and waist the same. It sounds kind of complicated. That's because it is. That's also why I have the pattern available for this corset dress, because a lot of people always ask, like, how did you get into this? How do you know? I do have a degree in fashion design. I have a 4-year bachelor's degree in fashion design, and I used to be a professional tailor, so that is how I know how everything is gonna work. So this is kind of like the quick rundown. Yeah, so basically I combined those 2 things, and then what I did, as you can see, like right here, it looks a little janky, like what's going on? I changed all the style lines to kind of, instead of going straight down, they go in and out to kind of mimic that hourglass waist curve, just so it like emphasizes it a little more. I feel like it would have been a little bit more flattering to do that, so that's what I did. And so that's how I made the pattern. Again, you can buy it down below if you don't want to make it, but let's get into prototyping. All right, so I basically just printed out those patterns and put them together and then cut it out of muslin fabric. Actually, I'm pretty sure Cody did this, so thank you to Cody, my fiance, for doing that. He slays. As you can see, I just laid everything out before sewing. I always recommend that, you guys, because it makes life so much easier, especially for things like this where all the pieces kind of look similar. If you don't want to mess up, I recommend doing this. So yeah, I just sewed it all together. Okay, do not ask me to turn around because this does not close all the way in the back at the butt area. But wait, this is really good, especially since I want to put lace ups on the side. I need it to be super tight so that the lace up can have a little bit of a gap, but maybe not that much of a gap. The literal only adjustment I'm going to make is to add like an inch or so of ease around the hip area, because that butt is really tight, so much that it's like flattening my butt out. But yeah, I'm so surprised that these seam lines actually worked. Like, you know how I went from like, instead of straight down seam lines, I went in and out. I don't know why I'm surprised. You gotta believe in yourself, Kiana. You gotta believe in yourself. I am shocked right now. I'm gonna make it a little bit more like hourglass looking by moving the lines at the hips out a little bit when I add the ease, so then it will go even more in and out. But yeah, that's literally the only adjustment I'm gonna make, so I don't need to make another prototype. We're slaying. We can just go into making the dress after I make that one adjustment. Yes, we're doing good, we're doing good. So I got all the fabrics and I want to show you guys what I bought and the reasoning behind why I bought them. So for Maleficent's dress, starting out, I already had this, I've used this before. It is just a faux leather. You guys know I love working with faux leather. Of course I'm gonna make my dress out of faux leather. It has 2-way stretch, so I don't want my dress to be stretchy. So instead of creating it the right way with the stretch going this way, I'm gonna turn it and cut everything on the crosswise grain so the stretch goes up and down, so that my corset dress like really cinches me tight. So this is my Maleficent dress. I'm using a, what is this? What is this? A denim. Stupid. Come on. Oh, ow. Okay, I'm using a pink denim. I don't love this pink denim because it is like a vegetable dyed natural denim, which is great, you know, great in theory. However, it's super uneven, so the fabric is all like different kind of tones of pink, which is not great, but what am I to do? What am I to do? And then for the cloak, I got both this like shimmery purple velvet and then this regular black velvet, and my plan is to do the black velvet on the outside, the purple on the inside, because Maleficent's cape is purple and I couldn't find a good purple lining to use, so I'm gonna put the purple on the inside, but I don't know if that's gonna show up enough. I don't know, but that's what I bought, okay? Oh my god, there are so many pieces to sew because I'm sewing 2 dresses and both dresses are fully freaking lined. Look at this. So here's the lining for the black dress. Yeah, there's a few, but then plus keep in mind that all of these are double. So this is the lining. We have this for the front of the black dress. It's the shell fabric, the leather, but that's also doubled. We have some over here. All those pink ones on the bottom are doubled. Those are doubled. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys, for real. So slight little bump in our plans. There's a hurricane out the window, so we lost power. Ooh. I was like, oh, let me just like press this. No, You need power to work an iron. Huh, let me sew. No, you can't do that. Let me film. No, I can't do that because our lights don't work. So all we can do is pin. Okay, so we are making good progress. Here's the front of the dress. Oh my God, it's really coming together. So here it is. I've decided to only put boning down to here. Here's like the waistline. I did it a little bit longer so it still like cinches you in at the waist and at the bust, but you could put boning all the way down and that would honestly look pretty nice. You know, it'd be so smooth like this. But the thing is, then it's hard to sit down. You like can't really sit down if you have boning past your crotch. You know what I mean? So personally, I enjoy sitting, so I decided to only do it here. Let me show you more of the boning process with the pink dress. As you can see, I have it pinned. I hate pinning it because it's literally so hard to pin the casing. But there's the top stitching. It's so satisfying, honestly. Looking at it, it's so pretty. I love it. And then when I insert the boning in, that's like when all of my dreams come true because it just makes the dress so smooth and perfect. I love it so much. This is literally the most satisfying thing about sewing like a corset or anything. If you know, you know. But honestly, I was kind of regretting making 2 dresses at this point because even though boning is so beautiful, wonderful, amazing, it takes 9 years. Like it takes a good little bit to do boning on 1 dress, never mind 2, but you know, I couldn't disappoint my friends, so I had to keep powering through. Okay, I need assistance because here's the dress. I just finished doing the eyelets. Bella did most of it, but I just added a couple more. I got this white string that matches the purple string from the black dress. Okay, so little white lace up on the sides, but I also have this pink ribbon that like matches pretty good. So do we do all pink or do we add in some white? I think in my mind, I want the white just because like it adds some contrast. But what do you guys think? I'm going with the white. Hello friends, my accessories came in for the costume, so let me show you what I got. First off, the most important thing to my costume is Maleficent horns. Yes, I got 2. I already know which one I'm gonna wear. By the way, both of these you can get at Walmart, so I'm going to link them both down below so you guys can check them out if you are planning on being Maleficent. We can twin, we can twin. I was gonna wear this. Well, I was thinking about wearing this. I wasn't committed to it, but this one kind of stresses me out because I mean, you can have your hair down, but it's just gonna be like smushed against your head. And I don't like that. Like I want, like, you know, I'm clearly not being an exact version of Maleficent. I'm being kind of like a version of Maleficent. So I don't think I need to be exactly like her. And I don't want to put my hair into this because then my head looks like an egg because I feel like I have an oddly shaped head. So then when I like show off the shape of my head, it's just not a good thing for me. Okay. But these are like really nice quality. Like check this out. It's honestly amazing. How do they even, this is amazing. How do they do this texture? Okay. What I think I'm actually gonna wear are these ones. Again, you can get this at Walmart too. They're both linked down below. These ones. So it's, I don't know how it's connected. Oh, it goes all the way. Oh God, it's gonna go around my neck. I don't know if oh no, it goes around the back. Oh, okay. Hold on. I get it. Okay, so this is like how it goes on your head. So it goes around your hairline and then behind your neck under your hair. So I think that's better. It's like a clear little strap. And then I can have my hair down, or I could wear a wig or something, or I could wear extensions and, you know, be sassy. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. Also, like, they look really, really nice. So yeah, perfect for my costume. I also got this necklace. How gorgeous is this necklace? Like, it has all these like chains that are hanging down. It's like a choker. I'm gonna wear it. Slay. Okay, I think that's it for me, yeah. And then for my bestie, for her Aurora costume, I got her a few things. She's gonna wear a little tiara. I like this one because it looks exactly like Aurora's tiara. Aurora's tiara. And then a necklace. Perfect, looks exactly like her necklace. So it matches, her dress has gold in it. Remember, I'm adding gold eyelets to her dress. And then her accessories have to have gold. Of course, you gotta think these things through, you guys. Come on, you gotta think them through. And then under her dress, which now I don't know if this is a good idea. Let me tell you why. So I got this dress for her to wear because Aurora's dress has like white on the top and then like white around the sleeves. So she was gonna wear this under her dress, but then I just realized like the sides of the dress are open, so you're gonna see this. So I don't know if this is a good idea. So someone tell me what to do because this is going out before Halloween, so we can figure it out together. If anyone has, should I cut it up, you know, and just like tape it to her body? Like, what should we do? I don't know. Okay, now it is time to make the cloak. What do we have for the cloak? We got the stabilizers and we got 2 different things of velvet. Will we be using both of them? I'm not really sure. So we have the purpley one, which was gonna go on the inside, and the black, which was gonna go on the outside. However, I don't know, that's a lot of cloakage, you know, that's a lot of heaviness. So I'm not sure, maybe we just use the purple? I'm not sure. Also, I'm gonna pattern this myself. Maybe I'll give it away for free, the pattern, because it's literally just a little cloak and it's so easy to make, but it's obnoxious to make. I have no idea how a cloak is made, but I do know how a circle skirt is made. And I'm feeling like it can't be too different. Like I want it to like drape kind of like a circle skirt, and I'm gonna put a collar on it. And I know how to make a collar, so let's pattern this. Okay, let's go. Okay, so after questioning my life decisions, I decided to do purple and black so that it could be reversible. So, you know, you get 2 in 1 little situation. So I was just sewing those together. Here's the queen collar that I drafted. This is without stabilizer. This is with stabilizer. I was shook because I did not know if this was gonna work, but I feel like I slayed. Oh my god, I think it's gonna work. Oh wait, it's not good. I'm amazing. And then after I sewed the cloak together, I just turned it inside out, or I guess right side out would be the correct term. Yeah, I'm turning it right side out. And this is where I love life because, oh my god, it's coming together. When I pull out the collar, this is what gets me. Oh my god, I love it so much, you guys. This is what I live for. Anyways, I love it. This is me actually grading the final pattern. So I'm just grading up the sizes for my pattern, grading it down to fit multiple sizes so that I can put this pattern on Etsy. So if you would like to buy it instead of make it, you can do that. So I will link it down below. Okay, you guys. I finished everything finally. Oh my god, it took forever. Remind me to never do that again. My god, why did I commit to 2 dresses and a cape? That was too much. But let me tell you, I'm excited. I'm wearing the Princess Aurora top that I'm wearing underneath the pink dress. Well, Sarah's gonna wear underneath the pink dress right now. She's cute. I am gonna be cutting her up potentially. I don't know. You'll see in a second. But yes, are you guys ready to see the reveal? I think we should put on Maleficent's first because that's the one I'm wearing. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, first of all, I'm literally so tall that I keep getting stuck in doorways because 1, I'm wearing large platforms, and 2, these horns are monstrous. Look at him. Okay, but here is the final Maleficent costume. Slay. I added some gloves. Where did I get these gloves, you ask? I made them. Much like everything. I will link the video down below where I make these gloves. I made it last year. Here's the cape. I am so glad that I decided to do the little open situation so that you can still fully see my dress. I would be so sad to do all of this work and then hide it with a cape, so I'm glad I did that. By the way, the cape, since I drafted it myself, I will be linking it down below for freezy for you guys. So if you would like this free cape pattern, you can go check the link down below. If you don't want it to be open like that, super easy to alter to make it straight. Actually, maybe I'll do that for you guys anyways. Yeah, I'll do it for you guys. So you got both options, okay? So we got the horns, we got all the accessories. The cape, I decided to do the purple on the outside because otherwise you just couldn't really tell. Here's the dress. She's laying. Let me get up close. The sides, I have it laced tight here on the side so that you can still wear your undergarments with it. Perfect, genius. Look at this stitching. Perfection. This is where I shine my stitching. But yeah. This is the Maleficent costume. This is the one I'm gonna be wearing. Now let's go take a look at Princess Aurora. And here is Aurora. Ah! Oh my gosh, I love my blonde wig. Of course my friend is wearing this costume, but I did have a blonde wig, so I threw it on for the occasion. I love how this looks with the shirt underneath. It adds exactly what I was looking for. Accessories, perfect. Oh my god, love. The sides, see, I don't like how it shows right here, right? And I don't like how it shows in the back too high over the pink dress. Like, I feel like that's not it. So I feel like I need to either like cut this or something or tape it somehow because my friend deserves to be perfect, you know? So like, give me some tips maybe, give me your opinions because I'm not really sure what I should do. So much, it would be much appreciated to have some help. Anyways, I love this. Let me know which costume you like better or you would wear down below, the Maleficent one or the Sleeping Beauty. It's literally truly exactly opposite. I'm very much the Maleficent. My friend is very much the Sleeping Beauty, and it works out because she's the blonde and I'm the brunette. Anyways, if you like this video, if you found it entertaining in any which way, feel free to give it a thumbs up because it's the easiest way to support your favorite creators for free. Also, feel free to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. My handle is Kiana Bonollo. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on those notification bells. Again, thank you so much to Walmart for sponsoring this video. But I think that is everything, so I will see you guys next time. Bye!